So you say you wanna get away. We don't need a plane. I could be your escape. Take you to a place.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are playing with new makeup, or just like new makeup in my collection. And I kind of have an idea of what I want to do today. I kind of want to do like a pinky mauvey kind of eye. The reason why I'm not doing a super colorful look, like I actually wanted to do like something I had in mind, but I'm saving that for my Zodiac series because I have so many other signs to do and there's so many like colors I can play with for the signs. I'm gonna play it safe for this video, so I hope you guys don't mind. It's gonna be a neutral one. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna first just moisturize my face, and I'm using the Belif True Cream Moisturizing Balm, not the Aqua Gel Moisturizer. This is like the actual cream. I'm just going to apply that all over. So for the eyes, I'm going to be using the Persona Identity palette to start off, and this palette is really pretty because it has very like neutral cool tone or like just lighter shades. They're not super warm and red, which is kind of what I'm going for. I don't want it to be too warm, so I'm going to start off with just like a peachy color, the first shade in the palette, which is called Humble, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that pretty much all over. I did apply an eye base already, and I used the Marc Jacobs Coconut Eye Primer, and I already have my eyebrows filled in just a bit. On my eyes, looking a lot more pink, which I'm happy for, but in the palette it does look a little bit more peachy. Next, I'm gonna go in with a really light coating of the shade Charming, which is this neutral brown right over here. I don't really have like palettes that have a lot of pink tones. I mean, I guess the Modern Renaissance, but I don't have anything with a lot of like pink transition shades. I was gonna use a blush, but I really want to try this palette out. So using that same Sephora crease brush, and I'm gonna apply that right in here, transition crease area. Some days I wake up and I have more of a lid space than other days. I think it just depends on how much I sleep. But I definitely notice when I'm doing my eyeshadow, some days my lids are a little bit droopier, like they're more hooded. So today they're not too hooded because I did get a lot of sleep. And I sound a little like raspy because I get sick about twice a month. It's not like a sickness, like I can't take anything for it, but I get like these symptoms. It's really weird. I've gone to doctors about it and they're just like, well, it's just part of being a girl. And I'm like, why do my ears hurt when I'm, you know, like I'd rather have cramps. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't really get like cramps, which I know some people get them really bad, so I am grateful that I don't, but like ear pain is so random. So I like that this color is a little bit cooler or like a little more neutral than what I usually do, because I don't want this look to be super dark on the eyes or like very creasy. Is that a word, creasy? But you know what I mean, like I don't want a lot going on my eyes. I want them to be girly and pretty and like dainty, I guess, which is kind of random because it's like freezing cold today, but I just want my eyes to look simple. I'm just taking a clean brush and just kind of buffing that out. It's leaning more cool on me, but I really like how that's looking in the eye socket because I feel like it truly looks like an eye, like a shadow for my eye. I think I want to use this pretty Makeup Forever Aqua XL, or maybe I can use, maybe I'll use both. I have this crystal top coat from Natasha Denona in Nude, but what I'm going to do first is apply the Makeup Forever Aqua XL, and this is in the color I-80, and it's a really pretty mauvey pink, so I think it'll be perfect. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild, I think it's like a concealer brush it's called. It's like one of the little cute pink ones, and the color is stunning. It's like a mauvey pink, but it's definitely more like grayish. It's more on the cool side for sure. And I'm just going to apply this to my lid. And I know these you have to work fast, like you can't take your time with these because they dry pretty quickly. I'm gonna work in small sections, one eye at a time, and I'm gonna use this as a base for an eyeshadow, and then we'll put the top coat on top, which sounds like a lot, but if you don't use dark colors it won't be too much. I'm kind of like patting and swiping just to get like an even coating, because I know I've tried these before, the Makeup Forever Aqua XLs. They can get a little patchy, so you have to just kind of work quickly, pat, and not just swipe, because if you just swipe with this kind of product, it'll literally just skip and take off whatever you have underneath. It is very gloomy today in New York. It is a Monday. It's definitely one of those like Monday blues kind of days. Like it's quiet out, it's gloomy, it was like raining earlier. Supposedly we're getting snow. I'm like, okay. November, like what are you doing? Everyone was so excited that it was still warm and it was nice out and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden it just was like, nah, I'm gonna not let you live and I'm going to get freezing. Usually it snows like December, January in New York. As long as you have a good coat and boots, you will be okay. So for the lid color, I'm gonna just lightly go into the Huda Beauty Mauve palette, and I'm going to use this really pretty mauvey pink glittery shade that actually matches perfectly. And to top it off, I'm going to use that crystal top coat in Nude. This is just going to give us like a little glitter that kind of neutralized the pinkiness of the other eyeshadow, but I still want something a little bit more pink. So we're gonna do the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Grind. I think I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on top. So that looks really pretty. I'm going to go back in with Charming and just apply that again to the crease. I'm gonna go back into the Huda palette and I'm gonna take a pinch of the shade, like the teeniest amount, and just go over that transition area. I'm gonna apply some mascara. I'm using MAC in Extreme Dimension. For some reason, that Pat McGrath liner kind of makes my eyes like blurry for a second. Kind of weird, but I'm gonna pop on these lashes from Kiss, and these are in the style Little Black Dress. They're really pretty, short, girly, flirty, and I think they'll be perfect for this really soft look. While the lash glue is drying, I'm gonna do the Laura Mercier foundation primer. That's literally what it's called. It's just foundation primer, and I'm going to apply this everywhere. This kind of feels like the hydrating one. It's like that jelly smoothing. Has a little bit of a scent, nothing crazy. Apply that pretty much everywhere. I want to take a little bit of this mauve shade, like a purpley mauve. It kind of looks like the shirt I'm wearing. It's called Just Ripe from the Peach palette from Too Faced. Just Matte Peach. And I'm just going to put that right in between the glitter and the crease color. I feel like there's a gap there and I don't like that. So just in here. Now I can pop my lashes on. And just a little bit of liner right in between that lash line and my skin. We have this Smashbox Photo Finish Iconic Primer Stick. Usually primer sticks don't really work well on my skin, but I'm gonna test it out on one side. Kind of looks like a glue stick. I think applying it with your finger is easier. On the other side, I'm going to do the No Problem Primer from Touch and Soul, which is like the opposite of that primer because it's not matte at all, but it still fills in pores. For foundation, I'm going to try the Givenchy Matte Velvet Foundation. It's a Radiant Matte Fluid in Matte Honey. And I got this from Octoly, so I was able to receive it. And a lot of you were telling me that you love this, so I'm excited. And hopefully this is my shade. It does kind of have like a floral scent. It kind of smells like the YSL foundations. I'm gonna first just dot this. It's definitely a lot more fluid than most matte foundations. I have like a breakout forming here, so we'll see if that covers that. But most matte foundations aren't this fluid. I feel like this is very fluid. Because it's saying matte velvet, I have a feeling it's gonna be kind of like the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, where it's not super matte, but it looks more skin-like matte. So let's go ahead and see how this blends in. I can definitely smell it now, like the foundation. As I'm blending it, it's blending out really easily. I really like these kind of foundations that are matte but are fluid and they blend out nicely because I have dry skin, so I like a matte finish. But when it's too thick or creamy, I can't wear it. So pretty much the foundation dries quickly. Like when you're first putting it on, you're like, ooh, it's super fluid, like I can blend it. But I'm now seeing that it's like drying down, and I'm noticing that I'm looking dry. Like my forehead looks dry, the cheeks not so much. This side looks better with the Smashbox primer than the Touch and Soul. The Touch and Soul has not been working for me at all. I don't know what's going on, but my nose has been a struggle now that there's like no humidity in the air at all, because foundations don't want to cling on to my nose, and I exfoliate, I do mask, I hydrate, but it's just not working out on my nose. So I'm going to conceal. I'm gonna first take Nars Custard and a little bit of light neutral from Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to blend it out. And I do want to do a little bit of cream contouring, so I'm going to use the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation in 2.1, and I'm going to take the contour side. I've never tried this, and I'm going to see how it works for contouring. I like the edge. Okay, I think I put a little bit too much. I'm going to first go in with the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Brush. I'm gonna set underneath my eyes, and I saw a makeup artist using this Uemura powder made in Japan. It's just a colorless powder. I think it was Patrick Ta, and I ordered this online because I couldn't find it anywhere, but it has like a net. I'm gonna just dump a little bit onto the cap. Ooh, it does look very finely milled, and let's see how it is underneath the eyes. First, I'm just blending out any creases. And I'm going to use that beauty blender to set. I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Laura Mercier Candleglow Perfecting Powder in shade number 2. This gives you a really pretty, like, airbrushed, soft focus finish. I'm going to lightly go over my brows, just with a little bit of powder. This is the Bobbi Brown. I didn't even notice it had this mirror. That's dope. Bobbi Brown Saddle Brow Kit, Mahogany and Saddle Brow Kit. So it has a magnified mirror inside and then a faraway mirror. That's like super genius, especially if you're doing your brows on the go. I'm going to take a little bit of the Mahogany shade, and I'm going to just quickly fill in any sparse areas that I have left in my brow. I think brow powders definitely give you more of that natural look as opposed to pencils and pomades, because they just blend into the skin and hair easier. It'll give you more of like a soft brow. You can definitely achieve a sharp brow with powder, but you do have to use a lot of concealer and a really nice sharp brush. Sometimes I skip this step, and then when I take a picture, you can see the sparse areas when I take pictures with flash. When I really want that filled in full look, I will go in with powder, and I love the shade. It's perfect for dark hair. The other side is like a cooler shade, but I'm using this one. And I'm using really light strokes. I'm gonna run some clear brow gel through my brows, brushing them upwards to create like a fuller brow. I want my brows to be softer than I usually do them, so I'm not gonna perfect them too much. Like I want them still to have a little bit of, I guess, messiness or like a natural look. I'm gonna brush up and then comb it just a little bit down. I don't have a new bronzer to try out, so I'm actually just gonna set that foundation cream bronzer with Laura Mercier Candleglow powder in shade number 3. These work really nicely as bronzers because they're soft and they're not too pigmented. They have like a sheer matte finish, a nice satin finish. I think this bake has been on for quite a while, so let's remove and hope for the best. It's not too dry. I'm gonna put some Fix Plus on, but if I would have left on a different kind of powder for that long with my dry skin, it definitely would be drier. So I like that. For a little bit of blush, I'm using Laura Mercier Violet Orchid. The camera is doing it no justice. You can definitely see it in person, but of course, not on camera. I'm going to spray myself with Fix Plus. I'm going to take Candy Glow Luminizer from Too Faced, the I Want Candy highlighter, and I'm going to apply that to my inner corners. For highlight, let's try Ofra Cosmetics Glazed Donut with collaboration or in collaboration with Nikki Tutorials. Oh my god. That is icy. Whew. My gosh. Kind of has like a blue tone to it. It is extreme. Like, wow. I'm going to tone that down just a little bit with Glow Goals. Why not? Just put that in the inner corner. Wow. That is something else. I'm going to use this purple mauve shade, which is called Chic, from the Persona palette, right underneath my eye. And a little bit of that pinky shade that we use in our crease, right underneath it. And just connect it. I'm going to line my lips with Soar. First, I'm going to take Ofra Duchess liquid lipstick. And I'm going to just lighten that with a little bit of Pure Hollywood in the middle. Some more mascara. So this is the completed look. I think this look is very romantic. It's soft, it's pretty, but it's still pretty glam because of the lip color. If you wanted to tone it down, you can definitely do a nude lip or maybe like a glossy lip. But I wanted something a little bit more playful, so I went with this like mauve lip. But you can always switch it up. You could even do like a darker lip. Because the eyes are so soft and pretty and girly, I think this eye look can go with pretty much any kind of lip. It can go with something really light or something really dark. But I went for something right in the middle. I think this look is perfect for you guys who don't really like to smoke out your eyeshadow, like your lower lash line or even just a crease. Like if you don't feel comfortable or you just don't like using like blacks or really dark browns or really like warm shades, this look is still wearable and easy to achieve because it's like a dusty mauve with light pink. I think this look could even be worn for like Valentine's Day or even like Thanksgiving if you want like a girly Thanksgiving look because of the lip. So I really like how everything turned out. I really enjoyed this Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in Grind. I think this really finished and topped the look off because it just gave it like a really pretty iridescent pink, like silver glitter to my eyes, which looks really nice when light reflects on it. I really enjoyed that. The Natasha Denona Nude, I don't think really showed up too much because I guess I already had a lot on my eyes. So I'm gonna have to play around with this a little bit more, maybe use it alone because I couldn't really see a difference. It changed the color, like it shifted it to a little bit more of like a nude eye, but I didn't get like that glittery effect that I wanted. So perhaps with another product underneath it would work better because I did use the Makeup Forever Aqua XL. This was super pigmented and I did enjoy using it. You do have to use it pretty quickly. You have to work really quickly, but I really like the effect that it gave me. I know this gets negative reviews when used as an eyeliner, but as an eyeshadow base, I really liked it. I really like the Persona Cosmetics palette as well. This is perfect for someone who really likes neutrals and not like warm neutrals, but just like true neutral colors because you get these really pretty like fall cool tone kind of shades that I think are a lot more wearable for everyday makeup as opposed to, let's say, like a Modern Renaissance, which is very warm and purpley and red. So I know not everyone likes those kind of shades, so this would be perfect for you if you like true neutrals. Now that the foundation is set and I applied powder, like it just looks really pretty. It looks just like my skin. It's not sticky anywhere, but it's matte, but it's not like a flat matte. I think it truly is like a velvet matte finish, and I think it looks so pretty and soft. So I really like that. I love the Laura Mercier Candleglow Sheer Perfecting Powder. This really set my makeup without drying me out, so enjoyed that. Even the Uemura powder underneath my eyes, it sets so nicely and I can't really see any visible dryness or cakiness, so I'll have to keep playing around with this to see if I can use it like in my kit. This Ofra Nikki Tutorials Glazed Donut highlight is a little bit too icy for me. I have to use this really lightly or maybe just on top top of another highlight, but alone I think it's just a little bit too frosty. For my skin tone, I have like a yellow undertone, so maybe if you are lighter than me, you will love this, but again, it's just a little bit too frosted. But mixed in with glow goals, I really like the combination. Glow goals on its own is a little bit too peach for me right now, so this I can compare to like Champagne Pop with Opal kind of mixed together. So together they worked out because they created a really nice mix, but I can't wear them per se on their own right now with my current shade. The Smashbox foundation, I don't know how I feel about it just yet. It blended out nicely on this side. For some reason on this side, maybe because I took longer to blend it, you can kind of see it still there, or maybe it's the shade. I mean, it is kind of like a cool tone shade, which I'm not really used to using for cream contour, so maybe I'll use another one. This is 2.1. It did blend out nicely, but I think the fact that it's so cool on my skin tone doesn't really work as well as I would like it to. Love this Ofra Duchess liquid lipstick. I think it looks really pretty. It feels comfortable. It's just a nice matte liquid lipstick. I do love Ofra's liquid lipsticks. I've tried them before. The Smashbox primer does look nice. I feel like it's very comparable to the Smashbox Pore Minimizing primer, just like in a stick form. So it might be easier for some people to just glide it on. For me, it was easier using my fingers, so I think I'm gonna probably stick to using my Smashbox Pore Minimizing primer, like the liquid or like the cream version, I guess you can say, the original. The Bobbi Brown brow product, love. I think it really just gave my brows a nice soft romantic vibe, especially for this kind of look. I wanted something a little bit softer, something a little more wearable, not too like Instagram brows. So I think it really filled in the spots that were missing very nicely. It looks just like my brow color, so I really like that. So let me zoom you in. I totally forgot to contour my nose. Here is the look up close. So that concludes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of the products, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.